Hi guys, in today's video there will be brief discussion about Elizabethan Age and few poets. So without any further delay, let's start the video. As we all know that this age is known as the golden era of English drama. Elizabethan age started from 1558 with the rule of Queen Elizabeth and it ended with her death in 1603. In this age we can see religious tolerance due to the influence of the Queen. The defeat of the Spanish Armada established the Reformation as a fact in England. Let's talk about some major poets of the time with their some important works related to exam point of view. As we know, matching and important points related to a work is asked quite often in UGC net questions. So first of all, let's talk about Edmund Spenser. Is known for his Fairy Queen, which is a half-finished work written in 6 books, as the plan was to write the entire book in 24 books. Then his other works, Amority Sonnets, Epithalamion, Prothalamion, Shepherd's Calendar, and a view of the present state of Ireland. Astrophel is a pastoral elegy written on the death of Sir Philip Sidney. Charles Lamb called him poet's poet. Emerito is his pseudonym. John Dryden said that Shakespeare himself might not have achieved so much if Spenser had not lived and labored. Now, let's talk about Spenserian stanza. Spenserian stanza is a 9 line stanza in which 8 lines are in iambic pentameter, followed by a single Alexandrine line in iambic hexameter. And its rhyme scheme is A B A B B C B C C. Now let's talk about Philip Sidney. He was an Elizabethan courtier, statesman, soldier, poet, and patron of scholars and poets, considered as an ideal gentleman of his day. Now let's talk about some of his major works. Arcadia is a pastoral romance interspersed with eclogues in which shepherds and shepherdesses sing of the delights of rural life. Philip Sidney is also known as first English critic. He wrote Defense of Poesy in 1580 and it was published in 1595. Appeared in answer to a pamphlet by Stephen Gosson called The School of Abuse in 1579, in which the poetry of the age and its pleasure were denounced. Astrophel and Stella, which was composed in 1580 and published in 1591, is a collection of 108 sonnets and 11 songs. And Astrophel means star lover. Philip Sidney died in the Battle of Zutphen. Now let's talk about Thomas Sackville. Although he is known for his tragedy that he wrote alongside Thomas Norton, which is Gorboduc, which is also known as First English Tragedy. He wrote 2 poems, Induction and The Complaint of the Duke of Buckingham. Now let's talk about George Chapman. His famous work is translation of the Iliad in 1611 and Odyssey in 1614. He is also remembered as the one who finished Christopher Marlowe's Hero and Leander. John Keats wrote a sonnet named on first looking into Chapman's Homer. These are some of the important points related to Elizabethan age poets. In the upcoming videos, I will be covering the Elizabethan age dramatist, in which I will be covering Shakespeare as a poet and as a dramatist too. Alongside this, I will be putting more videos related to different topics so we can cover as much topics as we can before the December exam. And apart from that, you can suggest any topic that you want me to cover, or any literary theory, criticism, cultural studies, or anything that is there in your syllabus and which you want me to cover. I will be covering it. So for that, you need to mention that in the comment section below. or you can send the topics in our social media handles that is mentioned in the description below. And one important thing that the writers such as Edmund Spenser, Philip Sidney, and the works that I have mentioned, please go through in detail. I will be covering this in the upcoming videos as well, but you need to do the self study also, because we all know that self study is one of the important factor in cracking any exam. And as you all know that I am in my masters, so I will be telling ways in which you can study for the university and college as well as for the exam UGC net. So I will be telling the tricks as well in the upcoming videos to cover as much topics as we can before the exam. So that's all for today's video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead, and we will be meeting very soon.